Even though a full week has already passed since Super Bowl 59, the conversation around the Super Bowl is very much so still prevalent. My forehead is glistening today. Jeez. Solar flare! Now you may be thinking already, oh, I know where he's going with this video, but I'm not going that direction. I actually wasn't even gonna make this video until I got this piece of information. Now I already know I'm not providing any breaking news to you. Kendrick Lamar was a headliner at the Super Bowl, but he was also accompanied by a lot of people, such as SZA, DJ Mustard, Serena Williams, and also Samuel L. Jackson.
Motherfucker, I'll chew his ass up. Motherfucker. You a smart motherfucker. English, motherfucker. Motherfucker shit don't stink. Mouseketeer looking motherfucker. Motherfucker.
I was sitting at my computer. I came across an article talking about, the outfit that Kendrick Lamar wore at the Super Bowl. But within this article, they also talked about Samuel L. Jackson's whole ensemble, the Uncle Sam getup, which is also just amazing. I was actually surprised a lot of people didn't catch that. They were like, oh, Uncle Sam, Samuel L. Jackson. Like, I was just like, how did you not catch that on the first go? But I digress. His whole ensemble was designed by none other than Emily Bodie. Now, I had to throw this shirt on because this is a brand that I absolutely love. At this point on my YouTube channel, there's probably 4 videos dedicated to Bodie itself. I've also talked about this brand on numerous occasions, whether it be on TikTok or YouTube Shorts. And I just thought it was dope because, a lot of the attention, went to Kendrick Lamar. It went to the Celine flare pants. It went to the shirt that he wore, the varsity jacket from Martin Rose, and then the Air Maxes that he was rocking. Like, I get that. But we not go brush past the whole ensemble that Uncle Sam or Samuel L. Jackson wore at the Super Bowl, and it being designed by Emily Bodie. Again, just being a fan of the brand, I thought that was, I wouldn't say I thought that was more unique than what Kendrick Lamar wore, but I was just like, oh shit, that's fire. So I did just want to talk about that, but of course I have to talk about Kendrick Lamar's outfit. And let me just set this disclaimer. I am a grown man. I'm not picking no side, straight Kendrick, oh, pick your side, stay there. And listen, this is like the same thing with rap beefs. Oh, I can't listen to so-and-so because he beefing with, I listen to music. What do you want me to do? They don't know I exist, and why should I care if they beefing? If they make good music, I'm gonna listen to it. Like, I just never got that. I'm never gonna, publicly be like, oh, I'm team this or I'm team that, just because, who gives a? But I did just want to put that disclaimer out there because I know there's a lot of fanboys out there who are gonna say, oh, you're just picking sides, or you're just, you meat riding. It's like, bro, come on, let's move past that already. I'm 28, gang. I ain't picking a side. But back to the fit. Now, Kendrick Lamar has absolutely been on a legendary run with his fits. I feel like I've seen, being from the West Coast, I've seen his fits go from that stereotypical LA, whether it be gangbanging or just LA culture with, the Chuck Taylors, the Dickies pants and a fitted white tee and a hat. I've seen his style go from that to, what he wore at the Grammys, which I thought that was obviously it has subliminals because Canadian tuxedo, he beefing with Drake. But that aside, that outfit that he wore at the Grammys was absolutely fire. And I think that is an outfit that can just do so much for someone's wardrobe. Having a staple pair of jeans, having a staple denim jacket can take you so far within your own fashion journey that you probably don't even recognize, bro. Because you don't have to wear it together, but just think about how just one good pair of jeans and one jacket can do so much for someone's closet. So I just thought overall that fit was dope. I mean, obviously he's done a lot of good things with Martin Rose. He's done things at runways that were just good fits in general. His style, I would say from 2020 up until now, he's going on a generational run. He's probably one of the best dressed. And I know he has a stylist, so, people, it gets tricky with that. But overall, his style is really dope and it's not ever really doing too much. So moving to the Super Bowl, you'll think that when someone gets a Super Bowl halftime show, they're going to put on their best of their best. they're going to like really do it up. Like it's not going to be, for lack of better terms, basic. But this man wore a varsity jacket, which was 101. So I'm not going to hate on him there. The Martin Rose varsity jacket that featured Gloria on it, which is like, I think is a song on one of his albums. Like fire. Like, again, varsity jackets have been in since I got into fashion, like really into fashion back in 2020. Varsity jackets are not going anywhere. Simple. Bomber style jackets are just simply not going anywhere. I don't know how to pronounce the brand that made the shirt. That was a 101 shirt, which honestly, they should drop that shirt because they know people, like, you should already know people are going to cop that just for the simple fact that Kendrick Lamar wore that. Like, y'all should drop that shirt, and I want one. And then, the talk of the town, the thing that got the most press, the thing that people were going crazy over, the jeans. The Celine flare jeans. And, people are kind of making the conversation about, does this mean baggy's over? Are people going to start rocking flare jeans? Come here. That's not happening. But what I think will happen is this is going to open a lot of people's minds to things other than baggy. I feel like a lot of people just hyper focus on baggy. And my closet isn't just full of things that's like super baggy. I do have jeans. I do have pants that are a little slim. But for the most part, I just like dressing comfortably. So like the baggy just tends to be the thing that's the most comfortable in my opinion. So again, these jeans are dope. I mean, they're sitting at a whopping $1,300. So if you just have that sitting around, give me $5 before you go do that. Like, let me get $10, maybe 15, go get a little Caniac combo or something like that. But on my search for, what these jeans were, I think there's like the Macro or Marco jean from Celine. If you are looking for alternatives, you could simply just look up, flare jean, boot cut jean, and just go on a frenzy. Like boot cut flares have been in for a very long time, like that bell bottom shape. I want to say it goes backwards to like, the 70s. So like, it's not something that's new. And if you're not looking to drop, $1,300 on a pair of jeans, I did find some alternatives that may kind of tend to be that shape. This first pair being from Levi's. And like, it kind of looks like it. I think it's a little too straight. It doesn't really give that full bell bottom shape to it. Or this cotton on pair that does have the bell bottom shape to it. And it does kind of have like that slimmer profile that mimics almost what Kendrick wore. But then you get to the back of the jean and it's like, oh, dude, you didn't have to do that. You could have absolutely did without putting that on the back of the jeans. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think this is going to be a transition from people, mass, migrating from baggy jean down to slim flare jeans, is because like it's almost too erratic to do that because baggy has been like the main thing. I don't think everyone's just gonna instantly go to like a slimmer profile simply because of the halftime show, even though it was super good. And then moving on to the sneakers, which was honestly the most surprising thing because like, I don't know if he has a tie to the Air DT Max 96. I don't know if, this was a shoe that he really wanted, it being like the Colorado away game colors. Like, I don't know if like he has some connection to it, but like that was a very surprising sneaker choice. Again, that's not like a really hype sneaker. I don't know if, Nike's trying to revisit that. They're trying to, bring it back, retro it with the, the P Lang, like PG Lang, whatever. Like, I don't know if they're trying to do that, but that was a very interesting choice. I don't see people, again, massively trying to search for the Air DT Max 96. Like, I don't think, Jesus, try to say that 7 times fast. I don't think people are going to I don't think like it was a hype moment in hip hop and rap culture just in general, but I don't think people are just gonna go pick up a pair of Air DT Max 96s just because Kendrick wore it on stage. Some people may, but I don't think like that shoe just isn't a silhouette that's like in right now, let's say, to even give it that type of like push. But really overall though, like I think what Kendrick does very well is like his style is very much so still coded in like West Coast culture, but it's like, it's not really doing a lot, but then it's also like, it's still doing a lot. Like you got the custom 101 Martin Rose, PG Lang, varsity jacket, like fire. You got the Celine pants, which I did find out as of late, these were women's jeans, a size 29. Definitely not gonna happen for me. My thighs too thick. I'm a bigger boy. Like I'm not doing that. Even though it looks really dope on him, I couldn't do it. And when you look at the jeans, they do look very basic, but then you get up on them, then it's like, okay, it's Celine. Again, not really doing a lot, but then doing a lot. And then you get on the t-shirt, one-on-one t-shirt from a brand like, I've never heard of this brand, but I'm definitely now going to keep them on my watch list. And then you get to the shoes. Like, again, not really like, you could have went, Louis Vuitton. You could have went Gucci. You could have went, some Yeezys or something. Like, you could have went that route to like really showcase, your, the depth of sneakers that you have. But you went for that pair, which I meant, like, if I was to sit down with Kendrick, I would ask him, like, what's your connection to that shoe? Just because, like, everyone has that shoe that, like, they think is, like, a super grail that no one else thinks is a grail. Me, personally, that is going to be the last shot 14s, man. I really need a pair of last shots. I can't find a pair in the condition that I want, but that's, like, top 5. Like, if you want to talk about just GR Jordans, those are probably like top 5, bro, easily. But again, this is just a really big moment in, hip hop, rap culture in general. Again, this is a beef, and he's performing, a song that was like the song of 2024. He's performing this song that's a direct diss to someone at the Super Bowl. And like, this is just one of those moments in hip hop and rap that's never not going to be talked about. Like, people talk about the Nas, Jay-Z beef. People talk about Pac and Biggie beef. The Kendrick Lamar, Drake beef is going in like the top beefs ever, just because of how much, commercial space is taken up. Like, this beef has been going on for almost like a year plus. And it's still being talked about. It's still being performed. It's still, Not Like Us is probably one of the top songs still to this day. Like, it's just crazy that, it's gotten to this point. His direct diss when he looked at the camera and he's like, say Drake. I hate you like I'm young. But again, I really wanted to make this video to highlight that Samuel L. Jackson, his whole Uncle Sam ensemble was made by none other than Emily Bodie, a brand that I absolutely love, a brand that, if I could afford multiple pieces, I would. I thought that was dope, and I didn't think that was getting as much coverage as possible when it comes to, of course, the Super Bowl is for Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance. And, people were talking about the Celine jean, the Martin Rose, the Nikes and all that. But I thought it was like Samuel L. Jackson's fit was designed by Emily Bodie. Like, I just thought that was dope. And it kind of just fit. It almost fit the aesthetic of Bodie as well. It was so chill, but also just loud too. Like, and I just thought his addition to the overall, performance of the Super Bowl was just super dope. Like, Samuel L. Jackson's been in the game for a very long time. And he's been acting for a very long time. He was an activist before he was an actor. So I just think that, I wanted to give him his spotlight in this moment because I thought that was super dope as well. Again, being a brand that I really like, and then it being Samuel L. Jackson, I thought that was super dope. But again, I can't discredit Kendrick because his fits is fire. And like, I think that's what makes his style so dope and unique to him. He's not really doing a lot, but he's still doing a lot. Like, I don't know how to put that in other terms, bro. It's like I think it was Margiela what he wore at the Grammys. Like, full Margiela Canadian tuxedo. Again, he's doing a lot, but not really doing a lot. Like, you're able to emulate and, basically mimic those fits with just like everyday stuff. Like, you can go get a pair of Levi's from a vintage shop for like $20. You can get a crop tee anywhere for like $30, let's say. You could get a varsity jacket basically anywhere, and you could get those shoes. Like, his style is so achievable because like he's still doing a lot with the brands that he decides to rock, given that it's Kendrick Lamar, he has the money, he can afford it. But then like he's also giving you a blueprint on how to get those fits off without making it seem like, because like a lot of stuff that he's wearing is not heavily branded. It's not a Louis Vuitton monochrome. It's not, really just out there. Like, you would think it was just like a thrift store varsity jacket. Like, you would think it was just, some thrifted pants, but like, it's Celine and it's Martin Rose. Like, that's all I'm trying to say. Like, his style is so dope because like it's achievable for like the average person to almost mimic or, you know, basically copy his style. I don't know what to say. I'm going on and on about it. But like, again, I thought it was a dope performance. I thought the overall performance, although it may not go down as like the most lit, like he didn't perform some of like his biggest hits from the past, but I think from start to finish, it was an amazing show. Like, it had a start and it had an ending. And I thought, you know, all the symbols and all that, like there's a bunch of videos out there. I'm not going to do that. There's a bunch of videos out there, you know, breaking down the entire performance. I just thought it was a dope. From start to finish, I was locked in watching the whole thing. And I don't even watch football. I don't watch sports in general. I literally just watched that simply because it was him performing it. And I want to see if he'll actually diss him on national TV like that. But again, I'm curious to know what you guys thought of the Super Bowl performance. Also, let me know in the comments, did you like the fit? Would you actually rock that fit? Because I would rock it, even though it's not baggy pants. I would still rock it, though. I mean, it wouldn't be women's jeans, but I would rock it. But without further ado, like I always do, I'll catch you in the next one.
But I love the way you work it. Hey, I love the way you work it for me.